Hey, Allie, and whoever is watching this day one of 2 days now, because we only have 2 days. So we got to get going on this review. We're going to try to book, but please ask questions as we go through this if you are not understanding. But we're going to try to go fast, okay? Find an angle that is coterminal. What does coterminal mean?
Add up to...
It's like the same degree, but like...
Coterminal means the same spot. It is the same spot as negative 495, but we want one that's between 0 and 360, so we want a positive one.
Oh,
okay?
no, I need my unit
So,
circle.
no, you don't need not right now yet. Starting 1. So, negative 495, you add 360. Add 360, and that will be negative 135. And then what?
Add another one.
Add another one. Add 360 again. That will give us 225. 225 is where we want to go. Because we want the one that's between 0 and 360 that's coterminal with that one, right? So we could keep adding 360s, adding 360s, subtracting 360s, but 225 is the one that's between 0 and 360. Make sense? Good? I'm going to draw a picture for the next one. A bicycle wheel. 18-inch diameter. Rotates 120 degrees. How far has it gone? What is the distance that the bicycle has traveled? Okay, so we're talking about like this distance right here. Okay, that distance right there. So that is part of the circumference, right? Okay, we're looking at the circumference. Circumference.
120 out of 360.
Circumference is diameter times pi, which in this case is 18 pi. But we don't want the entire 18 pi. 18 pi would be all the way around the circle. We only want 120 degrees of it out of 360. Well, 120 out of 360 is really 1/3, right? What's a third of 18 pi? 6 pi, or whatever decimal Mallory's about to give me, maybe?
6 pi is 18.8.
18.8 inches. Is it just inches?
Sure.
Yeah, because we're just doing distance. Did that make sense? Tell me to stop if it doesn't. Okay? All right.
It makes sense, but everything is going so fast.
Perfect. Okay. Determine the period. Are you okay, Maddie?
No.
No? Okay. I will stop. You tell me when we can go.
Why did we take it down to 120 over 360?
Because we only want that fraction of the circle.
And isn't it?
Okay. Okay. Period and amplitude. Period and amplitude. Amplitude has to do with the A value. Period has to do with the B value. Right? A and B. Okay. Now, A is 5. What's B?
1/2.
1/2, right? It's like X, 1/2 X, right? Okay. So the amplitude is just 5, but the period is not 1/2. How do you find the period?
2 pi over negative something.
2 pi over B.
Yeah.
Equals period. So period is 2 pi over B. You have to work for that one a little bit. So we take 2 pi and we divide by 1/2. Okay, and when we're dividing by a fraction, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So 2 pi times 2 is 4 pi. That's the new period. Okay, the smaller your B is, the bigger your period gets, right? Does that make sense? So if your B value is like 20, your period is going to be really small. Does that make sense?
Wait, smaller B, bigger period?
Smaller B, bigger period. The smaller the B, the bigger the period. Right, exactly. Because you're dividing by that number, right? Smaller the B, the bigger the period. Okay, moving on. Find the angle that's supplementary. What's supplementary mean?
Adds up to 180.
Adds to 180 degrees, okay? But 180 degrees in terms of radians is how many?
Pi.
Pi, okay? So in this case, we have the angle 2 pi over 7. I want to know what I have to add to it. So I'm adding x to it to get pi, right? So how do I solve and find what x is? Subtract 2 pi over 7, right? Minus 2 pi over 7. So x will be, I have to find a common denominator for that one. That's going to be like 7 pi over 7 minus 2 pi over 7. 5 pi over 7. Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, good?
Yeah.
No? All right, this one you need your unit circle. Do you have your unit circle?
Got it.
Find the exact value of tangent of 4 pi over 3. 4 pi over 3 is in the third quadrant. 4 pi over 3, third quadrant. What's the exact value of tangent?
Tangent of 240 is the square root of 3. 4 pi over 3. Square root of 3.
4 pi over 3. Tangent to 4 pi over 3. Square root of 3? Square root of 3. Perfect. That's it. Okay, the reason why I say exact value is if you put that into your calculator, even if you're in radians, it will give you the decimal form of the square root of 3. But you want to make sure you get the exact value. So don't type it into your calculator. Look on the unit circle. Okay? An airplane leaves a runway climbing at 18 degrees with a speed of 275 feet per second. Okay? So we've got a right triangle going on. This is right triangle trig. Woo! Right triangle. Climbing at an 18 degree altitude, or 18 degrees. Where does the 18 go?
In that little corner.
Bottom left corner. 18 degrees. At a speed of 275 feet per second. So 275 goes here, but that's feet per second. We want to know after 1 minute, so be careful with that.
So divide by
Times 6.
So after 1 minute, it will have gone 60 seconds, which means it will have gone a distance of how far?
1 times 60.
275 times 60. What?
16,500.
16,500? Perfect. That's the distance it's gone in that diagonal path
Oh shoot!
after 1 minute. Okay, they want to know what the altitude is. What's the altitude?
The up and down.
From the plane down, right here. Okay, so let's call that guy X. This is right triangle trig. We can use SOHCAHTOA, right? We have our angle, and we have which two sides?
Opposite hypotenuse.
Opposite hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine. If you need to write out SOHCAHTOA, please do. SOHCAHTOA. If you need to write that out, go for it. So we're doing sine of, you said 18,
X over
equals opposites over hypotenuse. Okay, times the 16,500. Times the 16,500. And X will be, do you want to be in radians or in degrees?
degrees.
Why degrees?
Because you put it in a
Because 18 is a degree, right? Yes, exactly. Okay,
5,099.
5099, 5099.
Wait,
I rounded.
Go decimal.
5098 78.
78. And that is in feet.
no, in degrees.
What?
No, it's in feet per minute.
But it's gone in feet. We're trying to find the altitude, which is the distance. So it's just in feet.
So that's just,
What?
no, because we found,
We found feet per minute.
no, we didn't, we found just feet.
Yeah, because 16,500 is just feet. After 1 minute,
After
it's
1
gone
minute,
a
it's
distance, just a distance of that.
We just, the only thing we used a minute for was to find the 60.
Yep.
Are you talking about radians or degrees?
What?
Are you talking about radians or degrees?
A little bit ago, I said, do you want to be in radians or do you want to be in degrees? And I said, and she said degrees because the 18 is a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, are we okay? Did you figure that out, Mallory? No? Are you still confused? Yeah. Okay, you're good. All right, moving on. Next, convert to degrees. What's the conversion?
1 pi over
Pi over 180 or 180 over pi. This one will be
1 over
180 over pi. So the pi's cancel, and then we reduce 6 and 8 and 180 can become 1 and 30, right? And negative 15 times 30 is negative 450 degrees. Yeah? Did we do that right? If you're converting to pies, just leave it as the fraction form. Don't like multiply anything out. Okay, you just make it the most reduced possible. Okay. Find the value of the 6 trig functions of angle theta in standard position whose terminal side passes through 3, -4. Let's plus 3, -4.
Yes.
Yep. 3, -4 is in the 4th quadrant, right here. And we make a triangle out of him. So 3, -4, the hypotenuse will be what? 5. Where does theta live? Right there. So we want sine of theta, cosine of theta, tangent of theta, cosecant of theta, secant of theta, cotangent theta. Okay?
Coach, are you done with this?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm taking it then.
Okay.
Have fun.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Are we doing okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay, sine, opposite hypotenuse.
4.
-4/5. Cosecant, -5/4. I'm going to do this at the same time. Cosine, adjacent hypotenuse, 3/5, 5/3. Tangent, opposite adjacent,
4.
-4/3. And adjacent opposite, -3/4. Good, happy with that? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right. Okay, a right triangle has an angle theta such that cotangent is 15. Let's draw that triangle, shall we?
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it looks like. I just always put him in the first quadrant because that's where everything's positive, right? First quadrant, there he is. Okay, we have a right triangle. Cotangent is 15. That is 15 over 1 as a fraction. And cotangent
So 1 over 5.
is
Tangent.
tangent is opposite over adjacent, so cotangent is adjacent over
1
opposite,
over 15.
right? Or you can just do tangent is 1 over 15. So the adjacent side will be 15, the opposite side will be 1. Make sense? Yeah? They want us to find the exact value of cosine. So theta lives there. They want cosine of theta, and cosine is adjacent over a hypotenuse. We know the adjacent side is 15, but we don't know the hypotenuse side. So we have to find it.
15 squared plus.
So 15 squared plus 1 squared is 226, and the square root of that,
15.03.
but I'm going to leave it as the square root of 226 because it doesn't come out nicely. So just leave it as the square root of 226. Square root 226,
Do we need to rationalize?
which would be, I don't know, 15 square roots of 226 all over 226.
Yeah.
And 226 does not divide by 15, so that's it.
Wow,
Okay.
let's go.
That was gross, but it wasn't too bad. We are booking. What are we on? That was 9. 9 in 9 minutes. That was not bad. And we didn't start till like 3 after probably. So, okay, we're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Because we have to get, what, 22 and a half done today, right?
We can do it.
Ah, we can do it.
We can do it.
We can do it. We can do it. We have 13 left. It's okay. We're like almost halfway done. We're like almost halfway done. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, I felt like chapter 9 was like the hard chapter, maybe. Chapter P is kind of an easy chapter, right?
Go back.
Okay, go back.
Oh, wait.
Did you bring me water?
Mm-hmm.
Will you bring it to me?
Just a second.
No, he filled it and just left it back there.
You did fill it and just leave it back there.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted it right now.
I do want it right now. I'm parched.
say she was parched.
I'm parched. I
Well.
need it. Thank you. You didn't
Wow.
spit in it or anything, did
Nope.
Yeah, he did. Don't believe it.
you? All right, ready? Are we okay? Okay, good. All right, find the solution for this thing. Okay, this is just testing your order of operations. If you know what to do first. What shall we do first?
Just like the two.
The 2. Let's do the 2 first. So that guy and that guy. Okay, so we have 3x minus. I'm not going to drop this bracket yet, though. And you'll see why here in a second. So if we distribute the 2, though, we have 6 minus 4x minus x equals 4. Now what would you do?
Combine that x.
Combine these two, which would be negative 5x. Okay, now what?
Distribute the negative.
Yes, distribute the negative. 3x, this guy. That's why I didn't drop that bracket, because you have to distribute the negative. So this would be 3x minus 6 plus 5x equals 4. Now it's pretty easy from here.
So 8.
So 8x equals 10, right? If you add the 6 over. And x equals 10 over 8 or 5 over 4. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Good.
What does that say? X equals what?
5/4. All right, number 11. This is an absolute value, which means we have to
2 cases.
2 cases. There's Allie. Hi, Allie. Do you want me to continue recording or not?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, I will just continue recording. So, Allie, if you're watching this, you can stop the video now.
We
It's
should
fine.
record
Set it here.
each day.
I will. Okay. All right, so 2 cases. Case number 1. There's a paper back there on the rolly cart. Okay. Case number 1, case number 2. Case number 1, we just drop, right? 2 minus 4x equals 12. Case number 2, though,
Parentheses.
negative parentheses 2 minus 4x equals 12. Okay, and then we just solve. We are on number 11, Allie. Okay. All right, so let's solve. Let's subtract the 2.
Negative 4x equals 10.
And
X equals.
let's do x equals negative 10 over 4 or negative 5 over 2. That answer. Now, do you want to divide the negative or would you like to distribute the negative?
Distribute.
I almost rather distribute the negative because then our x will become positive then, right? So negative 2 plus 4x equals 12. Add the 2. 4x equals 14.
7 over 2.
X equals 14 over 4 or 7 over 2. I'm doing this stuff kind of fast. Are we okay though?
We are resuming.
Okay, I'll pause. Graph the solution.
2 cases.
Yeah. Now, this one technically, you don't have to, you could keep it like the same piece, Mallory.
Why?
Because we only have x's in the middle chunk. So technically what we could do here is we could subtract 2 here, subtract 2 here, subtract 2 here, right? We could work everything at the same time. Yeah? So negative 8 is less than 7x, which is less than or equal to 3. And then divide everything by 7. Divide by 7, divide by 7, divide by 7. Negative 8 over 7 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 3 over 7. Now that only works, let me circle that better. That only works because we don't have x's over here that we need to then add and do stuff, okay? So Mallory has problems like this on her trig review, and she writes it out, and you guys are more than welcome to do this too. She does 2 cases where she has negative 6 less than 7x plus 2, and then the second case is 7x plus 2 is less than or equal to 5. So she works the 2 separate pieces, which is fine. But this one we can get away with doing just the one big long piece and everything too. Doesn't matter how you do it. Oh, they want us to graph.
Wait. 1 second.
Okay.
Slow down a little bit.
He just needs a little tiny number line.
Yeah, that's true.
You could put them on the left side if you want to. Okay. All right.
And then when you do the two thingies on the left,
Uh-huh.
do you have this is equal to 0?
No.
Or like that is like your equal sign.
Yep, that's like kind of like your, yep. So negative 8 over 7 and 3 over 7, those are our 2 points. We're going to set them like that. And
Circle, close circle.
open circle, close circle. And are they connected or separate?
Connected.
Connected. Right. So that's saying any number that lives in between those two numbers will work in this equation right here. I can plug it in and it will be okay.
Why is he a whole?
Because it's less than and not equal to. You see how one of them is less than and then the other one's less than or equal to? Equal to means closed circle. Less than just means open circle. Okay?
Draw a picture.
No. No. No.
Why? No.
Oh, you want to draw a picture?
No.
I mean, you can.
Guess not.
You can. That may be the best.
Okay.
Find the length of the hypotenuse of the right triangle determined by those points. Okay, so if I draw a picture, I just don't know which one is the hypotenuse. We have to do the distance formula, but I don't know which one's the hypotenuse. So 1, 1 is here, negative 2, 1 is here, and negative 2, 4 is here, right? So the hypotenuse will be the points from 1, 1 to negative 2, 4. You see that? This guy to this guy. And we need to find the length of that. Okay. So we take the square root for distance. This is finding the distance formula. The square root of this thing plus this thing. Right? Are we confused? Okay, how far apart are the x's?
3.
3. How far apart are the y's?
I haven't got there yet. 3.
Also 3. Yep. 3 squared is 9. 3 squared is 9. Square root of 9 plus 9, which is the square root of 18.
And it's not nice, so can we leave it
And
like
it's not
that?
nice. Sure. I'm going to write the decimal of it also.
You add those two.
The square root of 18 is 4.24. We did those two because we are trying to find the hypotenuse. So I just kind of did it like, we're trying to find the length of the hypotenuse, which means the distance. And we don't know which 2 points are the hypotenuse. That's why we sketched it to start with. So then we can kind of see which one the hypotenuse is. Does that make sense, Maddie?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's those.
So distance formula is square root of x2 minus x1.
We got lots of time. We're booking right along.
This is great.
This is great. You guys are doing an awesome job. We could get all 45 of them done because we're going a minute per problem right now.
That's really good.
We are. We're doing really
We're doing
fast.
really good. I'm proud of us. I'm understanding it. So
And I'm proud of you too.
I'm understanding it, but like, everybody knows this is my crash hour. So my brain's like, why aren't you
Not to put any pressure on you, but Calc is usually like the best final that I have. Obviously, because you guys are like good students in Calc versus like some of my other classes. I have students that are not don't try so hard. But like the majority of the time, I have like the lowest on the test is like a 95 in
Then
Calc.
here?
In Calc, yeah.
Oh.
Just because you guys have 5 bonus and stuff, right? Like you have 5 bonus and.
Yeah, me
I always do.
Yeah, so I have like I bet you like most of you in here are gonna get like 103%. Like that's just the way that it goes. Mallory,
She's funny.
you just
She
wait,
is
Mallory.
funny.
Mallory, what did you get on the last trig test?
100.
Don't even
Dude,
don't
I
even go
got
there.
105s on.
I have had 104, and I think that was it. I don't think I've had 105
Who
yet.
did that?
I don't remember. I don't know. Michelle, let's break the record. We're gonna have some record breakers in here. On any
I don't
test,
know. Have
on
you
any of
met
my
Ellis?
tests, on any of my
Nobody's
semester
ever
tests.
gotten
That's gonna
every
be
single
us.
one right on your
No.
finals.
I'm gonna make sure.
There's almost like a half
everything
points or
absolutely
miss a negative or something, you know.
I do that.
Okay, here we go.
Ellie and double check it.
Find the equation of the line that passes through those 2 points.
Oh, I
Number
got
14.
this. Slope.
Slope. Okay, equation of the line
I think I will.
is y equals mx plus b. Okay, what are you finding first?
So,
Slope, m. How do you find m?
y2 minus y1
x2 minus x1.
over x2 minus x1.
Okay, so y2,
9.
you
This
do
is
weird things.
impossible.
9 minus
three.
negative 3 over
By the way,
5 minus negative 1
Plus 1.
plus plus.
Yeah.
12 over 6 is 2.
I'm just proud of myself.
y equals 2x plus
How about 9 equals 2
B.
times
9
5
equals 2
plus
times 5
B.
plus b.
10
10 minus
negative
10.
1 y equals 2x minus 1.
That was fast.
Which thing did
Man.
you plug in?
We plugged in 5, 9 because we
don't
hate
like
negatives.
Me either.
And the domain.
Negative 1?
Yes, b equals negative 1.
It has to be less than
I
6.
can't wait to rewrite this and make it pretty.
Almost. Almost.
Less
This
than
one's a
or
harder one.
Less
Harder
than
one.
or equal.
I'm just gonna write
No.
it in reverse.
Almost. Almost.
And 100% leaving it.
What are you
Almost. You gotta be careful.
talking
There's
about?
one little tricky to it, Mallory.
It's 'cause
Okay,
we have
ready?
to add the x to the
Ready
other
for 15?
No.
Here we go. Find the domain. Two things to screw up domain.
Negative in square root.
Domain error. A negative inside of a square root and dividing by 0.
That's my note card.
All right, we have to worry about dividing or a negative inside of a square root. So how do I figure out this? How do I do
X
this?
squared equals 36. X equals
36
plus-
minus x squared equals 0. We set it equal to 0 first.
I need the
I added this x squared over, sure. 36 equals x squared.
plus minus 6.
X equals plus minus 6. So
I
now
said
what do
that.
we do? Yes.
Do
Now what do we do?
test?
Yes, we have to test. So negative 6, positive 6. Let's test.
Negative 7.
Negative 7. Let's test.
0.
0. Let's test.
7.
Positive 7. Now negative 7 and positive 7 are going to have the same result, right? Because you're squaring it, so it's going to be the same
Well,
solution.
negative 7 isn't going to work. And
Okay.
there's positive 7.
So if we plug 7s in, we'll have 36 minus 49, which is a negative. Bad, bad. But if we plug 0 in,
So negative
That
6
does
is less
work.
than or equal to x is less than or equal to 6.
now, is it equal to though? You said equal
Yes,
to.
because you can have a square
You
root of a
can have the
0.
square root of 0. So that works, right?
How long
That was
are
really fast.
testing periods?
I'll stop.
90 minutes?
Well, we're on the odd day, so we're on Monday, right?
We are on Tuesday.
So we
If
have
evens
shorter
are first.
periods.
Shorter period.
Let me go back.
Hey, I
No!
have a question. If us stats kids finish our final, like everything really early, can us
Can we
Calc
just
kids
start on
start?
this?
I don't care.
final?
I'm fine with that.
Just make sure everybody's quiet.
Yeah, I know. That's the only problem.
That'll be hard.
7th period, you guys are from 1:20 to
Hey,
2:30. So you have
can
an
I-
hour and
hey.
10 minutes.
Can I come in
Oh,
in
jeez.
the 5th period class and start mine then? Because if they get to start theirs,
Okay.
It's a big puppy.
because I have physics 3rd period, so I can't come in. But I'll need a pass that day.
That's fine.
You do your physics final and your calc final back to back. That is
Okay, 16.
That's fine.
I will be balling.
What
Cameras
are
are
we
hard
doing
though.
on
The
Sats that
camera,
day?
the camera
Presenting.
finals are easy.
No. He gave us the sheet of what's on the chem final. It is not doing it.
So
You
far,
have a
our
sheet?
so far our chem final is so easy.
That's because
yeah,
they
but
got
that's because we haven't done the hard stuff.
Tomorrow
It's
to
fine.
go over everything because
We have one day
yesterday
to go over
screwed
everything.
everything up because they were supposed to have a
Well, I
test
don't worry
yesterday.
about my
Review
test
today and
sucker
tomorrow,
today. I think you wanna
but
do that.
everything's
So-
screwed up, so they had test
I
today,
think I'm not
review
getting
tomorrow,
100
test.
though. Now when I bring my grade
There's only
down,
one.
I got 103 in that class.
Me, Rachel, Taylor, Hudson, Luke, Kyle.
Okay, we have
There's a bunch of
things
us.
to do.
Okay, keep going.
Shut up.
Here we go.
Shh.
Shh. 16.
Okay, 16.
Solve by factoring. There's only one way that we can factor things when they have 4 pieces.
Aw. Break it into two
That's-
different things.
Factor by grouping.
Woo.
Well, it just brought my grade down to a 99 because I had 100 before.
Take out an x squared,
Take out an x squared.
and you're left with x minus 4.
And take out.
Negative 9.
And left with is.
X minus 4. So it's x squared minus 9 equals 0, and x minus 4 equals 0. So x equals plus minus 3, x equals 4.
Good job, Melanie.
Thanks.
Great.
Look at me go, my brain's working.
Okay, how many answers were we supposed to get? How many answers were we supposed to get?
Hey,
At least 3!
3. We got 3.
I did not
Hey.
do that.
At least 3. No more than 3.
That's okay though.
3 is the max.
You're so good.
Okay, good?
At least.
Happy with that?
Perpendicular, negative reciprocal.
What is the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this guy? Do we know what his slope is right now?
Negative reciprocal.
I know.
It's 2.
I don't care.
It's 2. It's negative 2.
I don't know. Let's find out.
It's negative 2.
Minus 4x. Minus 4x. Negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 9. Divide by negative 2.
JK, it is just 2.
Okay. Y equals 2x plus, we don't care,
3.5.
minus 4.5,
4.
by the way. But we don't really care about the number because we're only looking at this one. This guy has a slope of 2, right? If I want a line that's perpendicular,
Half.
I'm going to write it over here.
Half.
Perpendicular
You'll
and
guess,
parallel.
You'll never guess, but I knew that in my head before we started.
Parallel, same slope, if you need to write that down.
Yeah.
Perpendicular is negative, slope, I'm going to put slope, equals negative reciprocal. Okay? So, what is the slope of a line that's perpendicular?
Y equals negative half.
We don't, no, we don't need to put like y all, we don't, just need to find the slope. Find the slope.
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1/2, done. Okay? Good?
Yep.
18. Determine the x and y intercepts. So, x intercepts. How do you find x intercepts?
It's just
Plug.
negative 4. It's
0 in 4y. That's the y intercepts, Mallory. Okay? So, let's go ahead and do that. Y intercept. Plug.
Okay.
0 in 4x. So, y equals 0 squared minus 3
negative
times
4.
0 minus 4, it's just negative 4. That's the y-intercept.
Wait. Just give me 2 seconds for that.
Sure.
no matter. We don't have 2 seconds.
Exit.
Break her down. 4 and 1.
Mhm.
Can that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Mallory, or Maddie, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm not.
Negative 4, positive 1.
And the thing is, it's not hard. It's just
X
like.
equals 4.
It's just like we're
X
rocking
equals
through.
Negative 1.
Yeah.
I got it.
And it's fine. That's Gucci. It's fine.
X minus 4, x plus 1, x equals 4, x equals negative 1. Those are my x-intercept, y-intercepts. Can you ever have more than one y-intercept?
And if it's not a function,
If it's not a function, otherwise it wouldn't pass the vertical line test. Yes, correct. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. I'm pausing. I'll wait for you. What?
Like my nose. Like
So
half
here's
my
the
half my
deal.
nose is like
I'm gonna have
stuffed
my
up.
mom.
The other side's not.
shout out
I'm
to
gonna
anyone
mute you
watching this
and then
video.
let me bubble so I can have bubble again.
That would probably be Maddie.
What?
It probably
Hey
will be.
Maddie, how you doing?
Maddie, don't cry. It's okay.
You're doing great.
Just keep trucking.
They're talking to you on the video.
Okay.
Because they said you'll watch this. So.
I will. I'll watch
Because
it.
Michelle was talking about her plugged up nose, and I go, shout out to anyone watching on the video.
Leave out the cute notes.
All right, 19.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Okay, this is a piecewise function. Find f of 3.
Plug 3 in.
Where?
To
X.
the top one.
The one that equals the bottom one.
No, the bottom
3
one.
is greater than 2. So put it in the bottom one.
Oh, yeah.
3 is greater than 2, so put it in the bottom one.
Square plus 1
10.
equals 10.
3 squared plus 1 equals 10. 10, that's it.
Okay,
Okay?
next one.
What if I said f of 2?
Then you do the top one.
Top one.
Only the top one, right? Only the top one.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. 20.
Right, look out, Maddie.
For what values? Ooh, this is confusing.
Just equal
I'll look out so I can,
Jeez.
think about it.
Just equal to
Ooh, for what values does f of x equal g of x?
So you set them equal to each
You set them equal to each other and solve.
Yeah.
3x plus 1 equals x squared minus 3. And,
And
ooh, what do we do here?
we can solve it. It's fine.
You just. Oh, wait. No, you have to make it into a trinomial.
Yes, we need to put everything on one side because we have x's and x squared, so we put everything on one side. I'm going to move everything to the
X squared minus
right.
3x.
0 equals x squared minus 3x minus 4. Oh, look, we already did this one. Hey!
Yay! We didn't slip there. Okay, so
Yep.
hold on.
Minus
X
4 plus
minus
1.
4, x plus 1, x equals 4, x equals negative 1. We win.
I think before though the plus and minuses were off.
Were they off? Office?
I think it was X.
No.
Allie, you're a
Oh,
liar.
is it the same?
You're wrong. No, I'm joking.
You're done.
Allie,
You're done.
As
Allie-
Katie says,
Allie's
that
getting really
trend
good at
is
getting
over.
hugs,
'Cause I said it the other
by the
day,
way.
You're done.
and
Kim
she
used
was
to say
like,
that all the time.
she was like, that trend is done.
Who?
Katie.
Oh my
Because I said it during cheer, and she's like, that trend is over. It's done.
Like
That
full
was-
send.
That was the one, that was the one for
I still use it.
Saying full send.
But with your, I don't think that bothers very many people,
What?
unfortunately.
Me saying it?
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of
okay.
over it, so we're like, we don't really care if you're still saying it or not.
Well, I think it's funny and I think it's cute.
No!
Keep on
We
doing
have to
it.
do
But
icky
you
stuff
need
in the
to-
next
you need to find
one.
a new phrase though.
It's okay, it'll all be okay.
We need to find a new phrase.
I need to find a new phrase.
Let's keep moving. We gotta keep
Okay.
moving because I don't
Okay.
know how to do this.
All right, this one is what? What does this mean? What's
Put
foggy?
F. You put G into F.
F composed of G of X. I like to write it with parentheses. If you, I mean, you can do that. So G is going into F. Ugh. G goes into F. Okay, now there's two places he goes in, so he's got to go in both places.
Plus 3 squared minus 2 times 2x plus 3.
So
You distribute in
4x
your FOIL.
squared
So
plus
2x plus
4x.
3 and 2x plus 3 and 4x squared plus 6x plus another 6x plus 9
Ew, it's a complex
Minus
is
trinomial.
4x squared. No, we don't care. We're not solving for anything
Oh,
at the
that's
end.
not for anything.
Plus 12x plus 9 minus 4x minus 6. Right? After you distribute the 2 through also.
so
Oh
4x
yeah.
squared
Okay.
4x squared plus 8x plus 3. And it's a complex trinomial, but we're not trying to break it down. We're just trying to find what it is after you compose. So that's it.
the inverse. Oh, we did this earlier.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So steps number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4.
X equals y. Y, go to
Second.
X.
Mallory.
I'm just
Solve.
not-
1 second.
X, go to F inverse X.
Alright.
We'll wait.
I want.
These are your
I wanna
steps.
teach
There's your
this.
steps.
1 second.
Guys, I said I don't know what you're talking about.
You're just being silly.
Got places to be.
No, we don't.
You literally don't know, right?
We are
We're already farther
halfway through because we're at 22 and a half, right?
Oh yeah.
No, we're not at 22 and a half. 22 and a half would be 22 and then half of 23. So,
Boom chocolate lock up.
Okay.
See, we're not where we need to be.
yeah, we got a couple left.
Almost there.
Okay. All right. Step 1 and 2 we do at the same time,
X
usually.
equals y plus 3 over 2 times 2 times 2. 2x equals y plus
Mallory.
minus 3 minus
I want to do it myself.
Hey,
Oh,
I can't. Can you,
bad
do you think you can
All right, Mallory, you're done.
unzoom it a little
You're done.
No.
bit?
No.
That's the new one.
No.
All right. Do I need to unzoom?
Yeah, 1 second.
I am not done.
What? I need to say it to Kelsey. Kelsey
My
does it.
brain's just exploding.
Or I'm gonna do your mom, Kelsey. One at some point.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom.
What did Bob say the other day? Did she do on the downhill slime?
Yeah, she says on the downhill slimes.
Yeah.
What?
Slimes?
Yeah.
It's on the dead slimes is the actual thing. Like the stuff that people say, like the hood.
Oh,
The hood?
interesting.
Like the dead slimes.
Okay, we're not done yet.
On the dead.
Last
your
thing.
Dead friends.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, we got to name him F inverse of X if you haven't already done that. There he is. Okay. Good, good.
Yeah.
Find the domain. Two things to scrub domain. Domain errors. We've already talked about these.
1 second.
Negative inside of square root divided by 0.
So I go from all these pretty colors, and then I'm like, oh, let's add teal, and then I add pink and yellow, because it looks gross. But it's fine.
Mine's like purple and like a teal and yellow.
It's gonna be okay if your
Yeah.
notes aren't pretty. Like you're
Well,
gonna survive.
How I study
she's not.
How I study is I just rewrite it, so it'll be fine. That's how I study. Dumb.
All mine.
Then at least I'm not just reading it over and over and over again. I'm rewriting it.
Right.
So it's perfect.
There you go.
No, all she's gonna do is write things. over and over again.
All right, so which one do we have to worry about?
You guys are going too fast.
That's pretty.
Which one do we have to worry about?
Negative. Divide by 0.
Divided by 0. Okay, so we don't want the bottom to be 0. So we basically say x squared minus 5x can't be 0, right?
Right.
Okay, and then we just treat it like it is equal to 0, and we solve like that way, right?
Yeah,
So,
Can we take an x out?
take an x out. X minus 5 can't be 0, so that means x can't be 0, and x minus 5 can't be 0, which means x can't be
Negative 5.
5. Positive 5. Positive 5.
Sorry, gotta clear my throat.
More sounds like
Screams. Oh, sorry, I had to clear my throat.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 24, here we go. Determine whether they're inverses of each other. They are inverses if f composed of g of x comes out to be something nice, and g composed of f of x comes out to be something nice. What does it have to come out to be?
0.
No.
Okay.
X.
X. Because inverses are reflections over top of that line y equals x, right? So the first one, f composed of g, we're sticking g into f. So the square root of x minus 5, but we're putting x squared plus 5 in there. Okay?
X squared plus 5.
Wait,
Minus
I'm gonna
5?
do these in different
Yep.
colors.
Oh my gosh, it does.
So 5 and 5 cancel out, so it's the square root of x squared, which is
X.
x. Okay? The other one,
The square root.
we have x squared plus 5, but inside there we're putting the square root. And that just is,
X minus 5 plus 5.
which is
X.
x. So are they
That's
inverses?
inverse.
Yes, inverses. Okay?
Needs to equal 0. Or not 0, x.
All right, 25. We're talking about variation functions. This one is varying inversely, okay? The two that I could possibly do is direct variation and inverse variation. Okay? Direct variation is just like a linear function. You have y equals kx. What does inverse look like?
Y equals X over K?
No, other way around.
Over X.
K over x. Yep, the variable's on the bottom. This is like a boomerang function, a rational function. Okay, so now they're saying y varies inversely as z this time. So y varies inversely as z. That tells me that y equals k over z. And we know that y equals 1/3 when z equals 12, and we're going to stop there and we're going to solve that part of it. Okay, so y equals 1/3, negative 1/3, when z equals 12. And we're going to solve.
Whoa. What?
Y equals 1/3, negative 1/3 when z equals 12.
times 12.
Times 12
What?
to solve k. K equals negative 4. Okay, but then they want us to find z now when y is 6. So
So plug in our k.
y is 6.
Yeah.
Negative 4 is k because we just solved that, and we're trying to find z now.
And now
Okay.
we flip, and it's negative 2/3.
Yep. So z is equal to negative 4 over 6 or negative 2/3.
It's really not beautiful. My handwriting is so bad. The
Beautiful.
colors don't match. But it's fine.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Yes? Write an equation for the function that is the shape of the absolute value, but move 10 up and reflect it over the x-axis.
Negative on the outside plus 10 on the outside.
Okay, so let's call this g of x. The x-axis is a negative on the outside, and shift it up 10. There you go. Do we need to write the rules?
Yes.
Yes?
Is it just the
Of
vertical
course you write out
stretch,
the rules, Michelle.
horizontal stretch,
Watch it on
vertical
the test.
compression, horizontal.
I'll write them all.
Just
I'll
the
write them all down.
vertical- No, that's too many.
That's, well, you don't have to write them all down, but I'll write them all down.
There's a fraction outside vertical stretch, but then there's a whole nother one outside.
Okay, so here's the rules. Let's say your parent
I know.
is y equals x squared. I'm going to write the same thing as what we did on our trig review. Y equals x squared. Okay? Let's say you're going up 3, down 3, left 3, right
Parent.
3, parent. Yep, parent. Parent. Okay, up 3, down 3, left 3, right 3.
Vertical
Stretch by 3. Vertical compression by 1/3. Horizontal stretch by 3. Horizontal stretch by 1/3. Over X and over Y. We'll write out what each one of those looks like.
How do you tell if it's a horizontal stretch or compression?
If the factor is a number bigger than 1 or less than 1.
Which is which? Compression.
Compression is smaller. It's like you're making it in half or a third or a fourth.
Okay.
Okay?
Wait. Oh, I know. Okay.
Okay, up 3 would look like x squared plus 3. Down 3, x squared minus 3. Left 3, this is the tricky one.
Inside.
X plus 3 squared, because it's the opposite sign. Right 3 is x minus 3 squared. Make sure the square is going on the outside. Okay? I'm going to put a star here that says opposite sign. Okay? Opposite sign for left and right. Okay? Vertical stretch by 3. 3x squared. Vertical compression. 1/3 x squared.
Whoa.
Horizontal stretch by 3. 1/3 x in parentheses squared. Horizontal stretch by 1/3 is 3x in parentheses squared. I'm going to put a little star by this one that says flip, because you have to flip the fraction.
Is one of those supposed to be horizontal compression or
Yes, I'm sorry. I did that this morning too, didn't I? I did that this morning.
Probably.
Yeah, you did.
Right, because you corrected me. Marcus was all over that. Horizontal compression by 1/3. Yep. Over x, which is which? Negative x squared. Over y? Paren negative x squared, which really is just positive x squared, but we'll just leave it like that, just so that you know the rules. Okay? Good? That's all of them. Okay?
We're done, 'cause we
Stop
get out in a
there.
minute.
Okay, we have shortened periods tomorrow, so we got a book tomorrow too. But we only have like 13. No, how many left? We have a few left. Yep.
I'll go home and make sure I get coffee.
We have 19 left. 19 left. We can do it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, do you want us to turn this in?
Wait, can you zoom back in?
Do you want us to turn our homework in?
Yes, 3-4. Do you guys have 3-4 done?
Yes.
I don't turn that in.
No.
I don't think anybody turned in 3-4.
Hey, my answers are in the gray. They're there.
I don't think anybody turned in 3-4. I think we did most of it together in class that day, but nobody turned in 3-4. But I'll take it. I'm going to try tomorrow to get the rest of my papers
There you
checked,
go.
so you guys will know if I have your things or if I don't have your things.
This has to be cute.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, happy day.
Like burned us, so that's fine. We can use these on the test.
Yes.
One more time.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
Mitchell!
Mallory,
What?
not dealing with you.
grab one of those. Hurry to your seat. We've got lots to do. Grab one of those. Hurry to your seat. We've got lots to do.
Well,
Hey, grab one of those.
because our thunderstorm now a trumpet is
And hurry and find your seat. We have lots to do. Grab one of those. Hurry to your seat. No, go sit in your spot.
Can I come in after school and get stats?
Yes.
No.
Okay, grab one of the things at the back. Go grab a paper at the back. Okay. Great. Hey, Riley, or not Riley, Reese, and Bailey, go grab a paper at the back.
Can I have that?
Oh my goodness, that's very cute. Isaac, back in. Grab a paper at the back. Scoot that thing in front of the door so people like trip over it as they're coming in. Hey, shove it in front of the door.
Grab one of those.
Shove it in front of the door. Thank you.
It took me a second to figure out what it's called.
Let she listen.
I'm glad that I don't have enough hands to grab it. I'm sorry. Jesus. Sorry that I don't have enough hands to grab it. Thank you. I couldn't grab one at the time. My hands were full.
Jeez. Well,
Sorry, I'm gonna move this a little this way. Move that side down. Thank you. It just feels like I'm a little too close.
And they still French.
you can't buy
Why are you
those.
so mad about at me about it? Why did she get so mad at me about it? That I didn't grab her papers.
Oh no.
She was so mad at me. I'm sorry my hands were full. I had
What? Yes. All right, have a seat. We have to work. We've got to go fast. Have a seat. You're wasting time. Have a seat. You're wasting time. No. We will be working all period long. Guaranteed. 100%. We better start now because we lost a day. 3 days of review just turned into 2 days, and basketball people leave halfway through the period tomorrow. So you are really screwed, folks. Have a seat. Hurry. We've got to work now.
I can't really see that.
Yes.
Can Josie sit back there, but not
Josie, you gotta come back over here.
Don't be a snitch.
I mean, we could have stayed yesterday.
Oh, no.
You know, Josh, you could be in Harry Potter.
Okay.
Insert insulin.
3 days of review just turned into 2 days. This review is super important. Super important because you get to use this review sheet on your semester test. But as we go through these problems, you have to make sure that you're understanding what's going on. And if you're not understanding, you stop and ask me, or you come later and ask me, because this will not save you on the test. I guarantee I still have people who fail this test. 100%. There will be several of you in here.
Oh.
I hope that doesn't happen, but I know there will be. What?
How about this? If we
No.
all pass.
No, I'm not negotiating. Okay, so there are, did you see how many questions there are in this review? 40 plus some, right? That means we have to get 20 of them done right now. That's a lot. Hurry. Okay, I'm going to start recording this because I have to send it to Reese and 10, 12, 14. Reese.
Are there going to be 40
Reese.
on the actual test, or how many are there going to be?
What? There are going to be that many on the actual test, yes. There are going to be that many on the actual test. Okay?
Are you
So,
recording this or not?
are you giving one to Reese?
Yeah. Want me to
Perfect.
fill it out for her?
No, I will just send this video to her. Okay, because she'll want to go through each one of these things. So, anyway. All right, review for semester one final. We are going to go fast, but stop me if you have questions. Write everything down that I write. And if there's anything that you want to additionally write down, like stuff that you think you might need to know, write it down.
Okay, I have
Okay?
a question. On
Yes.
the first one, on the graph, if you look, oh, it's not.
Okay, here we go.